When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Basket, it's the last game of the quarterfinals leading up to the tournament semis, no? Bukas yun. And we are still here in Subic Bay Gymnasium in the gorgeous city of Olongapo, Zambales. There you go. Last game na nga to ng quarterfinals. My name is Eman Cabiles together with Javi Palanya bringing you today's lone game of Phil Basket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. It's win or go home for these two teams on your screen. The Pasig Sta Realtors versus the Nueva Ecija Bespren is their second game of their series dito sa quarters.
That's right. It's going to be an interesting series. Do or die ng win or go home. And the Pasig Sta Realtors were able to force this decider by defeating the Nueva Ecija Bespren a couple of days ago and force this decider.
As we see the playoff brackets, ito yung playoff bracket nung kabila. The Davao Occidental Tigers laying claim to a spot in the semis. Kasama niya doon ang San Juan Knights go for gold. So yung dalawang yon maghaharap bukas sa semis. Meanwhile, AICC Manila naman still waiting kung sino mananalo dito between Nueva Ecija Bespren and Pasig Sta Realtors. So here we are, the match at hand. Pasig Sta Realtors versus Nueva Ecija Bespren. The other day, tinalo ng Realtors itong Nueva Ecija Bespren in their revenge match.
And here are some highlights from that previous game. 99-79 ang score doon. Gilmer De La Torre was able to spark a fire early in that game, but Pasig Sta was totally in control almost the whole game, and a big factor of that was Ryan Costello, the lead point guard nito ni Coach Bong De La Cruz, really orchestrated the show perfectly. Although James Martinez had his moments in that game, it just wasn't enough because Santa Lucia really dominated on all factors.
And here we are. Ito po yung stats nung laro na yon. 37/80 or 46% ang tinira ng Pasig Sta Realtors sa field. Nueva Ecija naman 30/66 lang or 46%. Well, pareho din pala. Pero they had less attempts.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
The field goal numbers were pretty close, but Pasig Sta was able to color more possessions because of 47 compared to just 36 for the 21 to garner them more possessions. For Nueva, they were able to beat Nueva Ecija at its game, forcing them to a lot of turnovers. Nueva Ecija, one of the best steals per game teams here sa ating torneo, but Pasig Sta was able to do well in that regard and also taking care of the basketball in.
Samantala, ito na po si Ken Pangilinan na aming stadium announcer / courtside reporters with two big men from both sides of today's coin.
I'm here with the two big men who will compete for the last boss in the semifinals. Unahin ko na si Justin Arana of the Pasig Sta Realtors. So Justin, ikaw laging starter at center dito sa Pasig. Nung simula, medyo kapansin-pansin, mayroong adjustment period para sa'yo. Pero ito, last game nyo against Nueva Ecija, you had 25 points, 11 rebounds. Nakuha mo na ba yung rhythm mo going into this last few games?
Siguro, nakukuha na kasi yung una, galing tayo sa pandemic na mga ilang taon na rin walang laro. So parang nag-a-adjust pa talaga kami. Pero unti-unti naman, nakukuha naman na. Then yung last game din, sinabi lang sa akin kasi ng coach ko, trabahuin ko lang yung especially rebound muna eh. Kasi yung rebound talaga yung kailangan namin, then dadating na lang yung offense eh. Kaya yun, ginawa ko lang yung trabaho ko para sa team namin, para manalo po. Ayaw pa namin talaga umuwi eh. Kasi yun.
Yun na nga, at do or die match rather against kila JP Sarao and Nueva Ecija Bespren. Ikaw ba, merong pressure on your part na mag-perform lalo? Yung mga kasamaan mo sa Arellano, nandun sa kabilang side?
Siguro, para sa akin, wala na sa akin pressure kasi yun nga, so yung talo namin yung una dun, may pressure pa, pero ngayon kasi parang nabubuo na kami as a team eh. So yun, ang plano lang namin, trabahuin namin kung ano yung role namin sa team, then yun. Susunod na yung kung if ever manalo, bahala na.
Thank you, Justin. So sa kabilang dako naman, JP Sarao of the Nueva Ecija Bespren. So JP, last few games, off the bench ka. Kasi kung nagsa-start ka pa for your team. Pero meron bang conscious effort for you na hanapin yung scoring mo? Lalo nitong last game, nagsa-struggle si Renz, nagsa-struggle si James.
Yung sa scoring naman, dumadating talaga yun. Siguro nakafocus lang kami dun sa game plan. Swerte ako kasi yung focus ng defense nandun sa kay Renz at kay Kuya James. So ako yung nagiging open. Kaya siguro sa akin napunta yung mga points. Kaya nakadami ako nung last game.
And JP, hindi naman kayo nagkakaliw ng edad nito ni Justin, no? But in your case ba, kinakabahan ka ba sa mga gantong laban or wala na lang sa'yo?
Siguro yung kaba hindi naman mawawala, pero when nandun ka na sa court, pagtakbo mo parang mawawala na yun. Nandun na yung adrenaline tsaka yung saya na binibigay ng paglalaro ng basketball.
So thank you, JP. So ito, dalawang manlalaro, magtatagisan mamaya. Back to you, Eman and Javi.
It's gonna be an exciting matchup. Justin Arana and JP Sarao, the top performers for their two teams respectively in the last game. Justin Arana had 25 points and 11 rebounds. Performance and maybe his breakout game of the season. Ito naman si JP Sarao was one of the few bright spots for the Nueva Ecija Bespren. Had 20 points and 4 rebounds but had 3 turnovers. So he'll have to have more help from his teammates going into this game if they want to secure their spot in the semifinals against AICC.
And we are about to start. We turn you over now to Ken Pangilinan para sa first 5.
Magandang hapon mga ka-Phil Basket! It's do or die Thursday! Welcome to the last quarterfinal match of the 2021 Phil Basket Zooming Championship presented by Coco Life. Today we have two teams looking to catch the last bus to the semi-final round. It's the Pasig Sta Realtors versus Nueva Ecija Bespren. First, the starting 5 for the guys in white. Your Pasig Sta Realtors. At forward 6'2" from STI College, number 17, Jabs Bautista. Also at forward 6'3" from STI College, number 11, Cedric Plaza. At center 6'7" from Arellano University, number 15, Justin Arana. At guard 5'10" from the University of the East, number 10, Rudy Linganay. And at the other guard 5'6" from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 4, Ryan Costello. Their coach is Bong De La Cruz. And now here's the starting 5 for the guys in green. Your Nueva Ecija Bespren. At guard 5'9" from the University of the East, number 13, James Martinez. Also at guard 5'8" from Arellano University, number 25, Gilmer De La Torre. At center 6'4" from Jose Rizal University, number 24, Mark Neil Cruz. At forward 6'2" from St. Nicholas College, number 16, Jerick Nakpil. And at the other forward, 6'1" from the University of the East, number 7, Renz Palma. Their coach is Ronnie Duhillo. Our game officials, Crew Chief Jojo.
And here are your first 5 para sa Pasig Sta Realtors. Bautista and Ablasa sa forward spot. Sa sentro naman nila, Justin Arana. And guards, Ryan Costello and Rudy Linganay. Meanwhile, para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren, Jerick Nakpil, Renz Palma. Sa forward center nila si Mark Cruz at ang kanilang dalawang gwardiya, James Martinez and Gilmer De La Torre. The first 5 is brought to you by TM Easy Surf 99. And here we go mga ka-Phil Basket. The ball is up in the air. Unang possession ng green shirts ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. The boys in white naman ang inyong Pasig Sta Realtors. Renz Palma the floater and Renz Palma the basket. So good start dito para kay Renz Palma. He was virtually shut down nung last game nila as he only had 9 points. Maliit yung 9 points na yun para kay Renz Palma, who is number 1, no, sa average scores natin dito sa leaderboards ng Phil Basket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. Meanwhile, mintes doon yung huling dress ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. Rudy Linganay will set it up para sa Realtors. Cedric will drive and drop to Justin Arana, missing the floater however, pero Cedric, siya na nag-umpisa ng play, siya na rin ang tumapos. 2-all ang ating score. Both teams looking to go off early here. Mark Cruz rejected by Justin Arana. At tumatakbo ang Realtors. Japs Bautista, corner 3, wala. Renz Palma now, he will put up the 3, too strong. Jeric Nakpil, the mid-range assassin para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Knocks that one down. The Bespren leading 4-2, 8 minutes, 18 seconds pa natitira sa ating first quarter. At siya nga pala, meron tayong konting pakulo, no, para dito sa from Grab Kitchen. So bago matapos ang third quarter natin mga ka-Phil Basket, hulaan nyo kung sino magiging best player of the game dito sa laro na to. And you have to submit your entries via the comment sections natin sa TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. And don't forget the hashtag GrabKitchen500. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan yon. Hashtag GrabKitchen500. Submit your entries kung sino ang magiging best player of the game dito sa laro na to before the end of the third quarter. So we go back to the ball game. Lumamang bigla ang Santa Lucia after a 3 by Cedric Ablasa kanina, no? 5-4 na po ang ating score. 7 minutes 29 pa ang natitira dito sa first quarter. Both teams looking to run. We will see kung yung ginawa ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors in the last game, can they duplicate that? As we see the last drive by Cedric Ablasa, matatawagan ng foul doon si Jeric Nakpil. Dalawa na ang team fouls sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Samantalang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors still playing very good defense. Wala pa silang foul at sila pa ang lamang. 5-4 pa rin po ang ating score. Rudy Linganay now. He will use the big Justin Arana pick. Justin Arana, wala pa rin yung kanyang tira. 0 out of 2 pa dito sa laro na to para kay Justin Arana at point blank range. Rudy Linganay, that 3 is good.
Those are something that Nueva Ecija has to control. If they want to give themselves a whole game, they would have to limit the second chance points to the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
That is right, Javi. Meanwhile, good play there by Jeric Nakpil, completing the nice assist from Mark Cruz. Oh, check that, from James Martinez. May kasama pang foul. So Jeric Nakpil, good start here.
The ball game for Jeric Nakpil and a chance to go for 5. He's one of the guys that Coach Toto Duhilio relies on, especially on the scoring end. He averages 8 points per ball game, but he only finished with 7. And konti lang din yung attempts niya nung kanilang last game.
Right. However, he misses the bonus free throw. Ang score natin ay 8-6. Lamang pa rin ang dalawa ang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Ryan Costello now. Justin Arana, he will drive it against Mark Cruz. The shot is up, and finally, Arana gets his 2 points inside the paint.
Well, Nueva Ecija has to improve their team, especially when Justin Arana is able to get the ball in that kind of position. He's virtually unstoppable when he steps into that area.
Oh, Justin Arana doing it on both ends of the court. Beautiful block there against Jeric Nakpil. Walang napuntahan si Jeric. And the Realtors back on offense. Rudy Linganay now. Will find Ryan, who finds Japs, and Japs Good interference coming from Renz Palma, causing Japs Bautista to travel. At ang ganda na smile niya. Because he knew what he did. Ito na ang Green Church looking to cut this lead down. Gilmer De La Torre, the three is a no-go. We remember Javi, Gilmer De La Torre, isa sa mga scorching hot nung para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren at the start of their last game, no? However, nag-simmer down siya going into the end game. Lucky break there para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Again, they botch a rebound play. Nakakuha na naman ng offensive rebound doon ng Pasig Sta Realtors, and Gilmer De La Torre, he will not miss that time from the corner. Isa na lang ang lamang ng Realtors. Let's see if Nueva Ecija Bespren can address their big issue dun sa last game, which was the offensive rebounds ng Pasig Sta Realtors. Samantala, we would like to say thank you sa Subic Bay and SBMA's and Central Luzon Regional Task Force para po sa inyong assistance dito sa amin sa Field Basket Subic Championship. Samantala, Renz Palma called for the offensive foul. As we take a look at it again, good position by Japs Bautista. Yes, nag-euro pa dun si Renz Palma, pero right into the chest of Japs Bautista. So ang score po,
Check. Ito na lang, sir.
meanwhile tuloy-tuloy po ang laro. Natawagan ng foul si Mark Cruz doon. And we remember last game, Javi, si Mark Cruz was in foul trouble early in the game, and he was really a non-factor, no?
That's right. He'll have to protect himself from committing these fouls early on because Justin Arana had a field day in that game. Again, 25 points and 11 rebounds and just really dominated inside. The only one who was a worthy adversary for him in that game was John Lee Valin. But of course, Valin could only do so much in stopping his teammate in Arellano, itong si Justin Arana.
Yes. Mark Cruz fires up the three, wala. And Gilmer De La Torre skying high for that rebound. But Ryan Costello won the tip, no? Well, won the possession.
Well, Ryan Costello, what a game that he had
yes.
last game. That is exactly what you want your starting point guard to perform like. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists, and 4 steals. And check this is the greatest part, 0 turnovers.
Yes, yun ang binabayaran sa point guards.
He was the greatest example in Santa Lucia taking care of the basketball in that game. At some point during the midway point of the third quarter, single digits pa lang ang turnovers ng Santa Lucia in that game.
And Ryan Costello, even though yung points niya is lower than the 25 put up by Justin Arana, siya pa rin ang pinili nating best player of the game because hindi lang points fantasy numbers yung nilagay ni Ryan Costello sa kanyang stat sheet.
He was just all over the court and he couldn't miss.
Yes.
Just like what he did right there. He couldn't miss for almost the entire first half. Ryan Costello getting a pick from Jexter Apinan and hoisting up from the right flank, draining it from that range. And there will be a timeout here requested by Coach Toto Diohilio.
Timeout nga po na ang Pasig, check that, ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters. before we resume the first quarter of play, paalala po ulit natin, mga ka-field basket, ang ating mini game. Ito na. Send your guesses kung sino ang magiging best player of the game dito sa laro na to sa comment section ng YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, no? And do not forget the hashtag GrabKitchen500. You have to send your entries before the end of the third quarter.
James Martinez getting his first basket of the ball game. That's a good implication for Coach Toto Diohilio. James Martinez had 13 points in that first game. But not a good implication is the rebounding numbers early on. 13 rebounds na ang Pasig Sta and just 6 for the Nueva Ecija Bespren. And they are down by 11 points at this point of the first quarter.
Meanwhile, Jeric Teng kakapasok pa lang, instant offense. Corner 3 kagad ang pinakawalan at pinasok. 22-11 ang ating score. 2 minutes, 7 seconds remaining sa first quarter of play. Hindi nabawi ni JP Sarao yung corner 3 na, pero Gilmer De La Torre is there for the offensive rebound, pero wala rin ang kanyang 3.
See how Pasig Sta is able to block out all the Nueva Ecija Bespren rebounders, not granting them a second chance or third chance opportunity at the basket.
Para sa Pasig Sta Realtors, in is Geo Ambuhot and Jexter Apinan. Jexter Apinan missing that shot. Good defense by JP Sarao, standing his ground. And James Martinez picks up that foul from Ryan Costello.
That was one of the good things that Pasig Sta was able to do in the previous game. As you look at here, James Martinez throwing the foul from Ryan Costello. Duty foul right there to stop the fast break transition play. But in their last game, Pasig Sta was able to move the ball very crisply, therefore involving everyone and getting good opportunities at the basket. But it wasn't the same for Nueva Ecija Bespren. They barely made the Pasig Sta defense work in that game.
Good move there by JP Sarao inside. He missed the baby hook, however. At balik ang bola dito sa Realtors. 1 minute, 10 seconds na lang ang natitira sa first quarter natin. Ivan Ludovice. Renz Palma will intercept that one, and he's now running. And a duty foul given up by Jeric Teng.
The Realtors have done a splendid job in forcing Renz Palma to commit a lot of errors, especially ball handling, and letting him bleed for his points.
That's right. Every time that, in their last game, no, every time Renz Palma will get the ball, ilang looks ang makikita niya, ilang defenders ang makikita niya sa harapan niya. He did have a lot of assists, so I think mas marami pa siyang, well, hindi naman mas maraming points kaysa sa assists. Same pala, 9 points, 9 assists for Renz Palma.
But he did have 4 turnovers.
Yes. And credit that to the defense of Pasig Sta Realtors. Meanwhile, Jeyo Ambuhot, the 3 is short.
And it's not like he wasn't looking for his shot. He was actually constantly looking for his shot. Kaya sobrang ganda lang talaga ng depensa ng Santa Lucia.
Exactly.
That forced him to really get out of his rhythm. It forced him to give up the ball, especially at times when Nueva Ecija Bespren needed the basket.
Right. With 23.6 seconds left here in the first quarter, Nueva Ecija Bespren will look for the last shot, no? James Martinez counting down the seconds. And a foul given up by Ivan Ludovice.
That's the last foul to give.
Right. Next foul will send the Bespren to the line. Pero 9 seconds, 9.3 seconds na lang natitira dito sa first quarter natin. Renz Palma now, he will sidestep. The runner is good para kay Renz Palma. Cutting the lead down to 9. And Rudy will not have enough time to put one up. So Pasig Sta Realtors picking up where they left off. They now lead by 9 points as we see that 3 by Cedric Ablasa. And James Martinez, the beautiful dish to Jeric Nakpil. James Martinez taking matters into his own hands. Of course, Jeric Teng, the corner 3 is pure. We will return para sa second quarter. Before we start the second quarter, as we take a look at Sir Buddy Encarnado, always on hand para dito sa kanyang team na Pasig Sta Realtors. So second quarter na po tayo. Jeric Teng, Ivan Ludovice, second quarter brought to you by Grab Food. No? Justin Arana back para sa Realtors along with Apinan and Linganay.
Well, Nueva Ecija wasn't off to a very good start in that first quarter. Pasig Sta basically dominated again in that game. Look at that first quarter field goal story. 42% para sa Pasig Sta, 8 out of 19, just 6 out of 20 for 30% itong Nueva Ecija Bespren. They're actually lucky to be down by just 11 points because Pasig Sta hasn't been making good on their attempts from inside the arc, but from the three-point area, they are 6 out of 9, 66% already. And isa pa lang ang napupukol mula sa labas itong Nueva Ecija Bespren.
The Realtors continuing their superb game from the last time these two meet.
Foul on number 19, JP Sarao, his first personal.
Now JP Sarao assigned sa daunting task of trying to contain Justin Arana.
A look at the first quarter rebound story, 17-9.
So
a lot of second chance opportunities being given up by the Nueva Ecija Bespren. And on that previous possession, before Jeric Teng knocked down that three from straight away, Justin Arana was able to seal JP Sarao in that middle.
Yes.
Nueva Ecija would have to limit, if not prevent, those kinds of opportunities, of those kinds of sequences para kay Justin Arana, because he will be able to dominate whenever there is single coverage on him, and especially JP Sarao is a much smaller defender than him.
That is right, and after that Jeric Teng 3, he commits a foul now. Pero ang score natin 27-13. 14 points na po ang inahabol ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. Renz Palma, babawi ng 3, wala pa rin. Pero JP Sarao over the back of Justin Arana, and he will be called for the foul. Oh, check that. The foul goes again, John Lee Valin.
Well, Pasig Sta just letting Renz Palma do whatever he wants and just really contain the other players on the court. But that time forcing a forced shot from three-point country.
Yes, forced is right, Javi. Dalawa yung nakatapat sa kanya doon when he released that three, no? Meanwhile, Jordan Ingel, not much of a factor in their last game, as well as Renz Alcoriza. Of course, they would like to bounce back in this one. JP Sarao, walang napasahan doon. Alcoriza left the corner. And again, wala ring napasahan si Alcoriza in that drive sa baseline.
That's just great defense by Pasig Sta
yes.
Realtors. Great individual and team defense. Really not giving an inch. Preventing that inside incursion and challenging all outside shots so far.
Meanwhile, John Ray Villanueva in para kay Rudy Linganay. And nagpapasalamat po tayo sa Coco Life. Coco Life, our official partner here in Field Basket Subic Championship. Justin Arana, napupulsahan na yung mga point-blank shots na yon. The score is 29-13. Palaki na ng palaki ang lamang na Pasig Sta Realtors. Alcoriza for 3. A foul is called. Was it on the shot of Renz Alcoriza?
No, it's a double foul here. It's going to be called an Apinan and Valin, I believe.
Okay. So we see it again.
As a clean challenge by Villanueva, he was able to escape that landing spot.
Right. Bumagsak lang si Alcoriza on his own, kaya nagmukhang natabunan siya ni Villanueva.
Our referees will review that last call on the floor.
So the foul was actually in the rebound play and not on the shooter, which was Renz Alcoriza.
But I think they will also look at that shot by Alcoriza. Nueva Ecija may have a case there because that was quite a tight call.
Yung momentum ni John Ray Villanueva,
medyo nandun pa siya sa landing spot eh. Although naiwasan niya ng konti, they may have a case there of pitting a foul against John Ray Villanueva on that challenge. But Renz Alcoriza may have initiated that contact,
contact, yes.
by spreading out his legs.
Yes, and actually landing spot, pero John Ray Villanueva landed on Renz Alcoriza.
And ito na nga, they will call the foul on John Ray Villanueva on that three-point attempt by Renz Alcoriza. And no fouls called
in the
on that
inside.
rebound battle.
Okay.
Itong ni Valin and ni Apinan.
And Coach Bong de la Cruz just could not believe it. So this would be 3 free throws para kay Renz Alcoriza. This free throws is brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship. Alcoriza makes the first, cutting this lead down to 15. Makes the second.
That's just the third attempt from the free throw line itong Nueva Ecija Bespren. They'll have to do a better job of fishing fouls from the bigs nitong Pasig Santa Lucia because they are making life miserable inside the paint.
Oh yes.
Especially for the guards who are trying to attack the interior.
So Renz Alcoriza sinks all free throws, all 3 free throws. And Pasig Santa Lucia just broke that press. Jeric Teng, the floater, wala, pero another offensive rebound. Justin Arana, the putback.
Just no resistance right there from the best friend in trying to stop that rebound and that shot by Arana.
Right, hindi talaga siya abutin ni Embons doon. JP Sarao, the drop, basang-basa na ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors yung drive and drop lane ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. Meanwhile, Jeric Teng for 3, too strong.
Lucky break there for Nueva Ecija. Jeric Teng was wide open on the right corner.
John Lee Valin will drive.
Out of control there was
Right.
Valin, and you can see the frustration after that reaction when missing that shot. But Pasig Santa Lucia has done a good job on their defense pa lang sa taas. The guards have been playing splendid defense.
Yes.
Staying with the guards of Nueva Ecija toe-to-toe. Kaya hindi masyado nahihirapan yung bigs ng Santa Lucia na humelp.
Right. Kasi papasok pa lang, napigil na kagad yung puwelo nila ng mga guards eh. Meanwhile, JP Sarao will hoist that one up and John Lee Valin will be called for the push against Jexter Apinan.
Well, dito talaga lamang ang Pasig Santa Lucia. They're a very veteran-laden squad, and a game like this that is very high pressure. These players will have to keep their composures because I expect a lot of physicality, a lot of getting under your skin.
Right.
Itong mga Nueva Ecija players much younger and not as experienced as the players that Santa Lucia has on its roster.
So John Lee goes out, Mark Cruz is back in.
So they will not have to only play well physically but also display good mental toughness.
And minsan that's half the battle, Javi, no?
Exactly,
You
that's
really
right.
have to be mentally tough para sa mga games, lalo na yung mga ganitong do or die. Cedric Ablaza, another 3, and
that's going to be the second foul on Mark Cruz if that's going to be on him.
And is that a double foul again? So the refs will report to our committee.
Double foul on the
Yes, it is a double foul.
Justin Arana his first, and the best friends number 24, Mark Cruz his second.
So in that double foul, mas talo doon ang Nueva Ecija Bespren as it was the second foul on Mark Cruz.
Resulting to a jump ball. Possession goes to the Nueva Ecija.
That's the right call.
Yes, because the ball was up in the air, no?
No, it was a double foul, so really automatic
yes.
dyan, possession araw ang titingnan.
So not even the shot by Ablaza. Alcoriza almost trapped there. Jordan Ingel now. Ryan Costello is back para sa Realtors. 10 to shoot para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Alcoriza, the Dipsy Do is in. And after that beautiful layup, it merits to be the TikTok move of the game. Renz Alcoriza getting it done para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. The score is 31-18. May timeout po tayo. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Five minutes 40 remaining here sa ating first half. 31-18 ang score natin. Lamang pa rin po ang Pasig Sta Realtors laban dito sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Eman Cabiles kasama si Javi Palanya bringing you this one. This is the last game of the quarterfinals. Kung sino man ang manalo dito will face AICC Manila.
Well, that time Nueva Ecija employing that full court pressure to speed up the game a little bit, but Pasig Sta was able to break it with no sweat, and Cedric Ablaza able to score on that layup inside.
No sweat is right, Javi. Halos walang dribble, no? Yung pasahan nila. Meanwhile, Mbons Bonleon and his bandana is out to play para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Maraming salamat po sa Subic Bay SBMA and Central Luzon Regional Task Force para sa inyong tulong dito sa amin sa Phil Basket. Salamat po, sirs.
That's another offensive rebound by Santa Lucia.
Japs Bautista short on that three-point try. Lucky break para sa green shirts sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. The score is 33-21. Naibaba na nila sa 12 ang kalamangan. Meanwhile, this is the delivery of assist of the game brought to you by Grab Food, Ablaza. Finishing off that one. And Bonds, the behind the head pass to Jeric Nakpil, but Jeric Nakpil will be called for the travel.
No Renz Palma, no James Martinez here for Nueva Ecija Bespren. And let's see who will be able to generate and get most of the scoring burden here for the Bespren. But if you ask me, they'll have to do it as a team to keep the Santa Lucia defense guessing.
Well, somehow they've cut the lead down to 12, Javi. As Jeric Nakpil pulls down that rebound. Mark Cruz, mismatch against Costello. He hoisted it up and it bounces in. So the lead is down to 10 with Renz Palma and James Martinez on the bench. 4 minutes, 3 seconds pa natitira sa ating first half. Ryan Costello now will orchestrate and Arana will post up Mark Cruz. Mark Cruz has 2 fouls. They swing it over to Jabs, inside to Cedric. Looking for Ryan again, and the shot clock just ran out dito sa Pasig Sta Realtors.
That is much better team defense that Nueva Ecija played on that possession. They were able to double Arana, force him to give up the basketball, and force the Realtors to swing the ball to the other end, but great rotation on defense for the Bespren.
Especially nung pumunta na yung bola sa loob kay Cedric Ablaza. He didn't have much space to put up a shot. So 10 na lang po ang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors. Nueva Ecija Bespren looking to cut it down further. Ryan Costello, the smallest guy on the court, grabbing that rebound. 3 minutes 30 remaining dito sa ating first half. Ryan Costello will use the Tyrone Jan pick and he will put it up and in. May kasama pang foul.
That is not gonna be good news. That's already the 3rd foul on Mark Cruz. This has been the trend that has been ongoing in this series. Mark Cruz picking up early fouls, getting him in foul trouble, and forcing Coach Toto Duhilio to put him on the bench. Ryan Costello able to knock down that floater plus the foul.
Parang eto na naman yung laser focus ni Ryan Costello. Hindi pa rin siya yata nagmimintis dito sa laro na to as we check that, no?
You just really love the way that this guy's been locked in.
Oh, yes.
Especially in the last few games for Pasig Sta Lucia. He's been averaging in double digits the last 4 or 5 games for the Realtors. And right now, even doing much more than he is expected of. Rebounding the basketball, distributing to his teammates, and playing great defense on the other end against the guards of the opposing teams.
Ryan Costello just knocked down his bonus free throw. Yung free throw na yun brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship. And Ryan Costello again Are you kidding me? Bulisan kung isang laro lang, hindi, dalawang games sunod. Ganun pa rin ang laro ni Ryan Costello.
I am just in awe right now watching this guy play. He's the second leading rebounder on the team right now with 6. Justin Arana has 7.
Jordan Ingel now. He will drive. The floater is up. Wala. And the rebound battle. Ball is tapped out. Possession pa rin para sa green shirts. As we take a look at this again, Ryan Costello pulling up for that jumper. And it was pure. Samantala, napatawag po ulit ng timeout on Nueva Ecija Bespren. It is brought to you by AICC Roasters. Two minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. Eman Cabilis po, together with Javi Palanya. Lamang ang Santa Lucia now 38-23. Nambaba na kanina yan to 10 points pero naiakyat ulit ni Ryan Costello sa 15 points ang lamang ng Realtors. James Martinez bumalik para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. Ryan, check that, Renz Palma. Back to James. Jeric Nakpil now, 4 to shoot para sa green shirts. Walang mapuntahan si JP. James Martinez has to put that one up, pero JP gets the rebound and the move. The hook is up and in.
Well, that was just a rare occurrence right there. JP Sarao lording it over all of the Pasig Sta Realtors inside the paint to get that rebound and get the hook shot up and in.
Sabi ni Sarao, sumakay kayong lahat sa akin. Now, Justin Arana thought twice. Tyrone Chan with the 3, hindi pumasok. And Renz Palma hounded by Ryan Costello. James Martinez for 3. That is short. Sa pag-release pa lang niya, kita na. And again, JP Sarao, the extra effort para sa kanyang koponan. Kaya lang sa kalaban pumunta yung bola. The score is 38-25. 1 minute, 35 seconds left dito sa first half. Rudy Linganay now, bumalik na rin para sa Realtors against Jeric Nakpil. Rudy Linganay will fire that one up. No go. James Martinez against Tyrone Chan. He will drive the fake. Hindi kumagat si Tyrone Chan at nawala si Renz Palma sa kanyang pwesto after that pass by James Martinez.
See how fast the defense of Pasig Sta Lucia was able to go up court and meet the transition attack nitong Nueva Ecija Bespren, just really not giving any sort of easy opportunity for the Bespren at this point.
Meanwhile, may timeout po ulit tayo. It is brought to you by AICC Roasters. One minute and 17 seconds at itira dito sa ating first half of play as we take a look at our dashing Commissioner Dynamite Reyes enjoying the games. Katulad nga po na sinabi namin kanina, this is the last game of the quarterfinals. Whoever wins this will face AICC Manila sa semis. Chaps Bautista for 3, wala. At kahit papano, hindi na masyado marami offensive rebound ng Pasig Sta Realtors dito.
Yeah, well, they haven't been getting as much second chance opportunities as it was during the start of the ball game. Pero yung depensa nila, solid pa rin.
Sobrang solid. And that is why they are still up by 13. Renz Palma The bump by Linganay. Palma will go to the free throw line.
That's going to be an up and down, I think.
Oh, check that by Apinan. Wala pala si Linganay. Ay, yeah, Rudy's there.
Yep,
Jexter
Jexter
Apinan,
Apinan was met Renz Palma dun sa gilid ni Renz eh. Kaya it was called a blocking foul. If Renz just literally charged into Jexter, that would have been an offensive foul.
Renz Palma had the presence of mind to sidestep a bit, no? So Renz sinks his free throw. Cuts the lead down to 14. Oh, check that, 12.
But Pasig has done an excellent job in anticipating itong mga drives ni Renz Palma.
Yes.
Doesn't really have much moves when he's inside going to the lane. That sidestep, that really his go-to. Kaya na-scout na mabuti nitong Pasig Santa Lucia. They know where to place themselves whenever he attacks the basket.
Ryan Costello missing that three. Pero Linganay picks up the loose ball. 20 seconds left in the game clock. 7 to shoot para sa Realtors. Linganay will take it all the way.
Well, that sidestep wasn't anticipated at all. No resistance actually coming from the Bespren.
Nilagpasan lang niya si Jeric Nakpil noon. Malakas samantala yung runner ni Renz Palma at natawagan pa siya ng foul.
See, whenever Renz Palma drives to the basket and he's already met by a defender bago pa siya makabuelo, nakababa na agad yung ulo niya. As you see there, the sidestep move by Rudy Linganay. Pagpasok niya sa basket, bago pa siya maka-opportunity na bumuelo, may defender na agad sa harap niya waiting and anticipating his attack. Tapos nakababa pa yung ulo niya, kaya hirap na hirap siya to make plays for his teammates.
Meanwhile, Jeo Ambot missed his first free throw. This is his chance to be on the board, no?
Let's say hi to Paul Santos and Elise Balyoran, and happy birthday to Miss Charles Kagomok na nasa Japan. Thank you for watching.
And that will end the first half of play. Santa Lucia still up by 14. 40 to 26 laban dito sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. At habang lumalabas ang ating mga teams to their respective dugouts, no? Pagbigyan na natin si JP Sarao ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. Happy birthday sa kanyang kuya, Kuya Brad. Yan. Meanwhile, magkakaroon po tayo ng isang interview. Again, brought to you by our very good friend Ken Pangilinan. At nandito na po siya ngayon.
Kasama ko ngayon ang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors guard na si Ryan Costello. So Ryan, your back's against the wall pero kitang-kita sobrang aggressive mo looking for your points. Pag ba ganyang sitwasyon talagang mas ginaganahan ka maglaro?
Oo, syempre kasi pag natalo kami dito, well, wala na kaming chance eh. So, kaming team, effort kami sa defense at saka sa offense para matalo namin to. Yun.
And I overheard si Coach Audrey Gumatay in one of your games. Sabi, Ryan is the key. Ano bang pagkakaintindi mo doon? And ano yung nararamdaman mo na kumpiyansa pag naarinig ka ng ganun?
Well, siguro big assignment sa akin yung kasi sinabihan niya ako ng ganun. Ang ginawa ko lang talaga is mag-focus sa namin sa defense and offense namin, tapos execute ko yung plays and bigyan ko ng magagandang shots yung mga teammate ko. No.
Thank you, Ryan. So, third quarter in just a bit, magbabalik po kami.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Back here at the Phil Basket quarterfinals, kasama ko naman ngayon, Nueva Ecija Bespren, guard James Martinez. So James, narinig ko si Coach Toto kanina, sabi, wag ka daw ma-frustrate So pag yung ganyan yung coach mo, like ka ina-encourage and lalo lamang yung kalaban nyo by double digits, does it boost your confidence?
Siyempre, yun nga yung tiwala ni coach sa akin tsaka sa teammates ko. Lagi nandun. So, halftime, lamang ng 14. So, tingnan namin sa second half. Sana manalo kami.
Nga, para manalo, ano sa tingin yung kailangan nyo pang gawin to climb back from this double-digit deficit?
Depensa lang. Tapos sana kumalik yung outside shot namin. Tapos ball movement, yun talaga ang kulang ng first half. Yeah.
Thank you, James. So, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Ken Pangilinan. Ito nga po ang ating score. 40 ang Pasig Sta Realtors, 26 naman ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. 14 points pa ang hinahabol nila. At by the way, kung sino nga pala po ang mananalo dito sa laro na to, sila ang harap sa AICC Manila.
And here are your halftime highlights. Jeric Nakpil hit his first 2 shots but missed his next 3. Renz Palma has also been aggressive to start this game, but the defense of Santa Lucia just really stymieing him. Jeric Teng, one of the good shooters here early on sa first half para sa Santa Lucia Realtors, already has a quiet 9 points, but Justin Arana has just been intimidating inside the paint, really lording it over the opponents right there. JP Sarao, the top scorer in their ball game, in their first game against Pasig Santa Lucia, had 20 points but only has 2 points in this game. And Ryan Costello continuing his stellar play here. All stats across the board here for the Pasig Sta Realtors.
Meanwhile, ito naman po ang ating halftime stats brought to you by TM Easy Surf 99.
And see here the disparity in the field goal shooting. Both Santa Lucia able to limit Nueva Ecija Bespren to only 29% while shooting 41%. They are already doing good from 3-point country, 7 out of 18. That's not usually the strength of Pasig Sta Realtors, but Nueva Ecija Bespren not connecting from the outside, only 2 out of 12, and the second chance points. That has been the story of the game, and that is a big reason why they are up by 14 at this point.
That is right, Javi. And as we prepare to start the third quarter of play, we see here our leading scorers brought to you by GrabFood.
Jeric Teng leading the way for Pasig Sta with 9, Ryan Costello with 8, Cedric Ablaza with 7, and not far behind is Justin Arana with 6, Renz Alcoriza, Renz Palma with 5 apiece to lead the Nueva Ecija Bespren, Jeric Nakpil with 4, and Embons Bonleon hitting that lone 3-point shot for Nueva Ecija in that first half.
Ito na po, third quarter of play brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, ang ating official basketball dito sa Phil Basket Subic Championship. Cedric Ablaza. Oh, 2 green shirts fighting for that rebound.
That's just miscommunication right there by the Nueva Ecija Bespren. 2 players, actually 3 players in the area. John Livalin was also there. Di lang nagkaintindihan dun si Sarao tsaka si Martinez.
Ni walang white
shot for Pasig Sta Lucia.
Ni walang white shirts doon, no? So another chance para dito sa Pasig Sta Realtors to add on to their lead, which now stands at 14. Ludovice will put it up, and he will be fouled.
And that's another foul here by the Nueva Ecija Bespren. Not a good way to start the second half if you're Coach Toto Diohilio.
And look at that ball movement by the Realtors. No, not only ball movement, pati yung motion offense nila. Everybody's moving, everybody's getting to their spots.
That's right. Ball movement, player movement has been excellent here for Pasig Sta Lucia. Everybody getting a chance to hold that basketball, keeping Nueva Ecija Bespren guessing on defense. And that is the big part why they are up by double digits in this game.
And as Ivan sinks both his free throws, lamang na ng 16 ang Pasig Sta Realtors dito. Kakaumpisa pa lang ng third quarter, 9 minutes, 22 seconds pa ang natitira. By the way, bago matapos ang third quarter, mga ka-Phil Basket, send nyo na yung entries nyo via comment section ng YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. No? #GrabKitchen500 at hulaan nyo kung sino magiging best player of the game dito sa laro na to. JP Sarao, rare offensive rebound, but he was denied ng 2 white shirts doon. Si Ablaza and Arana.
Zero flow on offense to start the second half for the green shirts.
Ivan Ludovice now. Ryan Costello, corner 3, splash!
Ryan Costello, 3.
That's three-pointer number 8 for Pasig Sta Lucia in this game. And this lead has ballooned to 19. We're barely 2 minutes into the third quarter.
And Ryan Costello still scorching the net para dito sa kanyang team. At that time, a foul will be called against Ablaza.
Well, that was almost a clean block, but he got him on the wrist. See that again right here. Clean block, but got a little bit of that wrist.
And hindi basta-basta yung ginawa ni Ablaza, no? As John Lee Valin is definitely taller than him, no? John Lee Valin is 6'6", 6'7". The score is 45-27. Second free throw. John Lee will bounce out. Ivan Ludovice now. Yung two-guard lineup na pinagsasabay lagi ni Coach Bong dito para sa Realtors is working perfectly para sa kanila. Meanwhile, Jeric Teng, Ludovice, an offensive rebound and the reverse.
Just no effort right there for Nueva Ecija to even challenge Pasig in getting that rebound. Ivan Ludovice just free underneath the basket to score on that putback.
Meanwhile, Ryan Costello and Cedric Ablaza ganging up on Martinez. And lucky break here, Renz Palma, 2-on-2. The runner is good para kay Air Palma.
Rare opportunity in transition made good by Renz Palma.
Yes, hindi niya na sinayang yun.
They'll have to speed up this game. You know, pressure on defense, up the ante, pick up the pace.
Right, so far the tempo is dictated by the Realtors the entire game, no? With 7 minutes 13 left dito sa third quarter. Costello another three. And another offensive rebound para dito sa white shirts. Inside now, Ablaza missing that, and Valin rejecting the shot ng kanyang fellow chief. Meanwhile, blocking foul naman doon si Ivan Ludovice sa drive ni Renz Palma.
He was a little bit late there, but look at that. 2 rejections by John Lee Valin. That was the first, and that was the second. That is the kind of effort that not only Valin has to display, but all Nueva Ecija Bespren players on the floor for them to chop down this double-digit deficit that they are in and possibly pull the victory from underneath. Itong tormentor sila, Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. Tandaan natin, no, during the elimination round, it was Nueva Ecija who played the role of tormentor dito sa Pasig Sta Lucia, and that's a big reason why they had the twice to beat disadvantage going into the quarterfinals, but that is no more, and it is a do-or-die ball game na nga at our hands.
Oh, meanwhile, those free throws by Renz Palma was brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship. Ivan Ludovice now. Jeric Teng. Corner three again by Ryan Costello. He just can't stop, Javi.
See that crisp ball movement off the pick and roll. Ivan Ludovice was able to swing it to the wing, and Jeric Teng swung it to the corner. Ryan Costello got in for the three-pointer.
Meanwhile, Tolentino, magic bunot ni Coach Toto Duhilio, making this N1 play, the high arcing layup, may kasama pang foul.
They'll need a whole lot more of that.
Right. Pero yung dalawang sunod na blocks ni John Lee Valin, no? Yun yung mga tipong not in my house eh.
For them to make it easier to come back from this deficit, tama yung mentality ng Tolentino to drive to the basket, try to fish for some fouls and get points on the free throw line while the clock is stopped. And of course, aside from that, you have to get points, you have to get shots inside the basket from the field.
Tolentino completes his three-point play. At maraming salamat po sa Coco Life, our official partner here in Phil Basket Subic Championship. And Tolentino acting as a spark plug here para sa green shirts. Nakaagaw siya doon. James Martinez against Bautista. He will drive, pero the layup is short. JP Sarao is there to clean up the mess. At ito na nga, multiple efforts being displayed by several players ng green shirts and Nueva Ecija Bespren. Talking about John Lee Valin and that time JP Sarao.
You can see the effort is there, but it's on and off. The
Right.
question is, can they sustain it?
And good play there by Renz Palma. Naka-offensive rebound si Cedric pero natapik niya. John Lee Valin missing that alley-oop play. Buti na lang nandun si JP Sarao, ever steady para dito sa Bespren.
JP Sarao not giving up on that play. Renz Palma throwing up the lob for Valin, but Valin was not able to convert. Buti na lang andun si Sarao to keep that play alive.
Justin Arana for Cedric Plaza.
So far, JP Sarao, no? He has 4 points
James Martinez.
in their last game. Siya yung highest pointer with 20 points. Pero hindi nawawala yung effort nitong si JP Sarao. Siya yung Mr. Fundamental ng Nueva Ecija Bespren eh. Kaya lang, he missed his first free throw. The score is 50-35. Second one is up and in.
Yung pressure na pinapakita ng Nueva Ecija dito so far, parang token pressure lang eh. But
Yes.
they'll have to really go up on them and gang up on them, force them into turnovers, force them to make mistakes.
Samantala, nagpapasalamat po kami sa ating mga kaibigan sa Subic Bayes, BMA and Central Luzon Regional Task Force para sa inyong assistance dito sa amin sa Field Basket Subic Championship.
Justin Arana will be called for the offensive foul. They're trying to seal his defender inside the paint.
Again, good job by JP Sarao for standing his ground. Renz Palma, he will drop it off to JP, pero wala. Now John Lee Valin trying to tip it in, pero wala. And Japs Bautista controls it para sa Realtors. And now here's the seal. Chief against Chief, and Justin Arana wins that battle.
He's just going to be virtually unstoppable whenever he gets the ball in that area. Single coverage is just not going to cut it for the Nueva Ecija Bespren.
Yes. Alcuriza for 3.
But the outside shot definitely would be able to change the complexion of the match
Yes.
for the green shirts, but they will have to make more of those. Renz Alcoriza, tingnan natin if his three-point shot will light a spark.
Again, down to Arana. Almost got the end one against John Lee Valin and JP Sarao.
The defense of Nueva Ecija has not yet been set. Justin Arana is already there trying to get position in the middle of the paint. And look at where he got himself. John Lee Valin tied up in that possession. That brings Arana to the line for 2 shots.
Siguro dapat i-half front ni John Lee Valin, no? si Justin Arana. Talagang
Well,
na-sealed siya eh.
He will have to make a better effort na
Oo.
hindi siya masilan dun sa gitna, especially in that area.
And more bad news. I think that's John Lee Valin's 3rd foul, no? Yes. So the score is 52-39, 4 minutes 21 seconds left. Dito sa ating 3rd quarter, submit nyo na po yung entries nyo. Remember, check that, 53-39. Submit nyo na po yung entries nyo sa hashtag GrabKitchen500 for a chance to win 500 Grab points pag nahulaan nyo kung sino magiging best player of the game dito sa ating laro. Turnover ng Realtors, Palma will take it all the way.
That's an 11-2 run here, 11-3 run by the Nueva Ecija Bespren. Coach Bong de la Cruz takes a timeout as we see this rare transition occurrence from Air Palma gliding into the lane, finishing with a basket.
And with that fast break by Nueva Ecija Bespren, may timeout po tayo. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters. 3 minutes 56 seconds natitira dito sa third quarter. 53-41 ang ating score. Lumalapit na ng paunti-unti ang Nueva Ecija Bespren laban dito sa Pasig Sta Realtors. Eman Cabiles po together with Javi Palanya covering this one for you. Now Justin Arana is back in the block. He will miss that time. And Valin pulls down the rebound. Green shirts are running. Alcoriza, the layup. A good defense by Jexter Rapinan.
That's a forced shot in transition for Renz Alcoriza. And the previous defensive possession, JP Sarao able to hold his ground there. Justin Arana was a little bit a few inches away from his comfort zone.
Yes. Meanwhile, Japs Bautista will get the foul there from Renz Alcoriza. Siya naman yung pumoste ngayon as he recognized the mismatch against Gilmer De La Torre.
Warning on the best friends number 2, Renz Alcoriza for unsportsmanlike behavior.
And a warning was issued against Alcoriza for sportsmanlike behavior. Japs, the jumper from the baseline. Beautiful inbound play by the Realtors.
That's right, after setting that back pick, Justin Arana gave him a pick to free him up in the corner.
Meanwhile, Renz Alcoriza staying aggressive here para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren, and he will get a foul. There you go, the blocking foul by Ivan Ludovice against Renz Alcoriza.
There's going to be 2 shots right now for Renz Alcoriza. They should take full advantage of this penalty situation that Santa Lucia is already in. Now that the Realtors are starting to get into foul trouble.
And we still have 3 minutes and 4 seconds left dito sa third quarter. However, Renz Alcoriza missing his first free throw.
They really haven't been doing well from the line here. 8 out of 13.
Coach Toto Dohilio wiping the sweat off his brow after that miss. Second shot is up and in para dito kay Renz Alcoriza. 55-42, still a 13-point lead being enjoyed by the Pasig Sta Realtors. Rudy Linganay is back in again kasama si Ryan Costello, Japs Bautista, Jexer Rapinan, and Justin Arana. Ryan Costello finds Rudy. Rudy will put up that runner pero wala. And the pushing foul is called on Jexer Rapinan, I believe.
Foul on number 43, Jexter Rapinan. Penalty. That's his third.
So free throws dito para kay John Lee Valin. May pagkakataon na maibaba ang kalamangan.
This is a good opportunity for Nueva Ecija to cut this lead down to at least single digits going into the fourth and final quarter.
Right.
But they have to make their free throws, as Valin does.
Yeah, narinig ka niya, Javi. 55-43 na po ang ating score. Pwede pang maging 11 points. Hindi, lumabas yung huling free throw ni John Lee Valin. So 12 points pa rin ang lamang ng Realtors. Justin Arana looking to add on to it, and he will be called for the travel. And he could not believe it.
Well, coaching staff of Santa Lucia had no problems with that. They knew that it was a traveling violation.
Right.
Coach Ogie Gumate was like, yes, traveling.
Okay na. 2 minutes 35 seconds left in the third quarter. 55-43. A 2 could bring the lead down to 10. A 3 could bring the lead down to 9, of course. JP Sarao asking for the ball against Tyron Chan, pero hindi pa nakikita ni Gilmer De La Torre. Tolentino will drop it off to John Lee Valin at ayun na naman yung top ring na sinasabi mo. Pero Japs Bautista, oh, they're lucky na the pass was too long for Japs to handle. As we take a look at the delivery of the game, brought to you by Grab Food.
Tolentino able to draw out. Itong si Justin Arana, passing it off to Valin for another tap ring, but it looks like he may have injured his ankle upon landing down.
Oo nga. So, John Lee Valin is out. At bumalik si Mark Cruz. Ryan Costello now. His pass was tapped. Gilmer De La Torre. Corner 3, wala for Tolentino, who's asking for a foul. Ang Rudy Lingana will slow things down para dito sa Pasig Sta Realtors. 1 minute 37 seconds sa titira sa third quarter. The Realtors have 10 to shoot. Ryan Costello, crossover, the floater is up and in.
It's just not gonna cut it if you're Gilmer De La Torre trying to reach in on that crossover kay Costello.
Nako,
Kaya
malabo
siya
yun.
naiwan agad right there. He wasn't able to recover right away, and Ryan Costello capitalizing on that.
Malabo mong magawa kay Ryan Costello yon. Meanwhile, Josh Bautista taps it out. The ball will stay with the Nueva Ecija Bespren.
See that right here? There's the reach. And that made Ryan Costello open for the floater, even if Mark Neil Cruz was able to go up for the challenge.
And a miss again by Tolentino. 57 seconds left dito sa ating third quarter. 57-45 ang ating score. Cedric Ablaza, he will try to drop it off, pero natapik yung bola papalabas. Jeric Teng will come back in. Isa sa mga closers ng quarters itong Pasig Sta Realtors. So they have 8 seconds on their shot clock. Ryan Costello now. Cedric Ablaza, will they have time? No. And the play will not continue on after that shot by Ryan Costello. So a shot clock violation is called. 57-45.
That's something that they will have to do a lot more. Better team defense,
Yes.
better discipline, and better energy. Especially that they're down by this big. They'll have to give it all. This is do or die after all.
That is right. 12 points pa ang inahabol dito ng Nueva Ecija Bespren laban sa Pasig Sta Realtors. 33 seconds sa game clock at nawala yung bola kay Renzel Coriza. So the ball goes back to the white shirts. Pwede pa sila mag 2 for 1 dito. Ludovici now. He will use the Ablaza pick. Ablaza will find Jeric sa corner. Jeric will take it in and he will be fouled by JP Sarao.
Pinayungan niya eh.
Right.
You see that on the replay here. If Sarao had just gone up and not put his hands down, that
Huli.
would have been a great challenge.
Right. Great challenge or baka chance pa na malinis na block, no? Because Jeric Teng was on his way down at nasa kanya pa, hindi pa niya nare-release yung bola.
Those little mistakes, yung sundot ni De La Torre kanina,
Right.
yung payong ni Sarao on that foul, on that play by Jeric Teng, is really getting them, contributing to their hard comeback here from this deficit that they are in.
And Jeric Teng adds to the demise of Nueva Ecija Bespren. The score is 59-45. Balik na naman po sa 14 ang lamang ng Pasig Sta Realtors. 5 seconds sa titira sa ating third quarter. Mark Cruz will fire up the 3, too strong. And Jeric Teng controls the rebound para sa Pasig Sta Realtors as the third quarter horn ends. So sana naset nyo na po yung inyong mga guesses kung sino magiging best player of the game para sa ating minigame dito. As we take a look at Ryan Costello knocking it down and Renz Palma, the runner. At the end of the third quarter, the score is 59-45. Justin Arana moves inside. Magbabalik po tayo para sa fourth and final quarter.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Fourth and final quarter na po. Eman Cabilas kasama pa rin si Javi Palanya. This is the second game of the quarterfinal series between Nueva Ecija Bespren and Pasig Sta Realtors. Fourth quarter was brought to you by Coco Life.
Look at our quarter scoring right here. 19-19 nung ating third quarter. Santa Lucia was able to hold a 20-point lead pero napababa nitong Bespren to 10. But some baskets in the end of that period chalked the lead back up to 14.
That's right, 59-45 nga po ang ating score. Meanwhile, munti ka na magawa si Jeric. Jeric will put up the jumper. It's too strong. Nakpil, looking for a guard. And that would be Gilmer De La Torre. Back to Jeric. The cut by James Martinez and the drop to Mark Cruz. Good ball movement that time para sa green shirts sa Nueva Ecija.
Rare occurrence in this game, that crisp ball movement. 3 passes bago umabot dun sa shot. That the backdoor cut by James Martinez and leaving it for Mark Cruz, who was fouled by Cedric Ablaza.
So Mark Cruz now on the line. First one is in para kay Mark Hill Cruz. So we take a look at Coach Toto Duhilio barking out specifics and instructions sa kanyang mga boys from the Rice Bowl of the country, Nueva Ecija. They are still down by 12 points, 59-47, with less than a minute gone by dito sa ating fourth quarter of play. Ryan Costello setting it up para sa white shirts ng Pasig Sta Realtors. Not much movement sa offense. And Japs Bautista just heard me. Tyron Chan.
That's a 3-second call.
Right. Medyo matagal na doon si Cedric Ablaza. Naghihintay na tumira ang kanyang teammates. Early substitution here. Labas kagad si Japs Bautista for Jexer Apinan. So as we were saying, no, kung sino man nanalo dito sa laro na to, Javi, they will face AICC Manila in the semifinals. Bukas mangyayari yon. Meanwhile, sa kabilang dako naman, the Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life, will meet San Juan Knights, Go for Gold sa semifinals. All semifinal games will happen tomorrow.
An offensive foul was called on James Martinez. That's not really going to help their cause here.
Right. Cedric Ablaza post against a mismatch. Si James Martinez ang kanyang bantay. James Martinez giving up a lot of height against Cedric Ablaza. The job by Tyrone. And another job by Ablaza to Apinan.
Well, all the attention was on Ablaza when he got the ball in that mid part of the interior. Nobody able to check itong si Jexter Apinan. Gilmer De La Torre was there, but nothing he could really do to stop that play.
Alcoriza, he was effective at least para sa Bespren in the third quarter, no? And a hold will be called against Jexter Apinan. Laban dito kay Mark Cruz. As we see it again, during the shot, ayun, si Apinan, yung box out niya medyo a little too aggressive. So 61-47 po ang ating score. 14 points pa rin ang lamang nitong Pasig Sta Realtors. Mark Cruz now, James Martinez. He will be called for traveling.
That's the right call.
And look how the white shirts instantly trap kung sino man yung nagda-drive, be it James Martinez or Renz Palma, no? Talagang hindi nila binibigyan ng space na makabuelo eh. And the ball will stay with the white shirts. Good challenge there sa rebound play by Cedric Ablaza. Keeping the possession para dito sa Realtors. Tyrone Chan andito pa rin para sa Realtors. 5 to shoot. Jeric Teng will let it fly. Too short that time. So lucky break para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren na yung offensive execution nun ng Realtors walang napuntahan, no?
These guys look tired.
Right, they are. And we still have 7 minutes and 20 seconds na natitira dito sa laro. The score is still 61-47. Medyo matagal-tagal nang walang nakakashoot dito. Renz Palma will put up the 3. Offline. Way offline, actually.
Shot.
Yes. And of course, Ryan Costello will wisely waste as much time as possible. They are still up by 14 points here. Tyrone Chan, straight up 3. Wala. Mark Cruz pulls down the rebound.
Oh,
Lead pass
that's
to,
too
to the bleachers by Renz Palma. And Renz Palmas will go out here. He is limping towards the bench, favoring his right ankle, Javi.
And little by little, the fight is being
Drained, no?
drained out of this Nueva Ecija Bespren squad.
Jeric Teng, the mismatch against James Martinez. Wala yung kanyang tira, pero another offensive rebound and the putback by Cedric Ablaza against 3 green shirts, no less.
You see how dejected the faces of Mark Cruz and
Right.
Jeric Nakpil was after that play. Imagine
Right.
dalawa na nga kayo dun and you weren't able to grab that rebound away from the offensive player.
Tapos naka-foul counted pa itong si Cedric Ablaza.
And that pushes their lead to 16 with a chance to hike it up to 17. Renz Palma, you see here on the bench of the Bespren, looks very tired and hurt
Right.
at the moment.
He has
It
been,
remains to be seen if babalik pa siya during this game.
Renz Palma has been a warrior and he's atop of several leaderboards dito sa ating liga, no? Multiple leaderboards, in fact. Andun na sa points, sa steals, average assists even.
Second leading scorer of the
Second
tournament.
leading scorer.
And number 2 sa ating MVP race actually.
Oo. Good move there by JP Sarao. Samantala, nagpapasalamat po kami sa Coco Life. Coco Life, our official partner here in Field Basket Subic Championship.
But the Bespren shouldn't give up. They still have a lot of time
Yes.
para tapisan itong 15-point lead. But they have to do things now. They have to make things happen now.
But not like that, as Cedric Ablaza just cruises into that layup.
There's just not enough effort on the defensive end. Pasig Sta able to do what they want to do.
And speaking of effort, yan, bumalik na nga si JP Sarao. He had a beautiful play earlier. Pero ito muna, let us look at the TikTok move of the game, courtesy of Cedric Ablaza. Pero prior to that layup ni Cedric Ablaza, no, yung move din ni JP Sarao, the fake handoff and the drive. At kahit pa paano, si JP Sarao ang hindi nag-give up dito para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren, Javi.
But it shouldn't be just him.
Yes.
Everybody should chip in.
Alcoriza for 3. Too strong, and Jexer Rapinan grabs that ball.
There haven't been any wide open threes for the Bespren in this game. All the shots from the outside have been challenged.
If you remember the last game of Nueva Ecija Bespren versus M-Trans Boracay de la Iya Tanduay Athletics, ang dami nilang pinasok na tres nun. And I think, and I'm sure, no, na Coach Bong de la Cruz and staff, na-scout nila yung ginawa ng Bespren na yon, and they've addressed it in these past 2 games. Renz Alcoriza will now drive, and he will be fouled by Jexter Rapinan on the challenge.
It has just taken them a whole lot of effort to make plays on the offensive end. Look at that. Just great rotation by the Realtors defense. Renz Alcoriza, who's usually a deadly sniper,
Right.
opts to put the ball on the floor and fishes for a foul. That time he was successful. This is still a 17-point lead. They can chop it down to 15 after these 2 free throws.
Yung depensa ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors sa loob, no, na nakapigil, na naka-shutdown dito kay Renz Palma, and even And even James Martinez, yung depensa nila sa loob, parang tumatakbo ka sa Indian run, Javi, eh, no? Ang dami mong kailangan pagdaanan bago mo maitira yung bola.
Well, it's been very tough for the Bespren in this game.
Right.
They haven't been doing well from the field, inside the arc and outside. Also, the free throws haven't been very nice to them.
It is now a 16-point lead. Lumagpas na po tayo sa halfway mark ng fourth quarter. 4 minutes, 53 seconds na lang ang natitira dito sa ating laro. And the story of defense, Javi, ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Tinitingnan natin, fourth quarter na, 50 pa lang ang score ng Nueva Ecija Bespren.
And these guys average in the 80s.
Yes.
So this is definitely a pace that's favoring the Realtors. The Bespren have fallen prey to the Realtors in this game, and it looks like from this point that they haven't displayed any effort to counter that.
As you said earlier, looks like the fight is slowly being drained away from the green shirts of Nueva Ecija Bespren. It is still a 16-point lead, staring them down. JP Sarao, Jeric Nakpil, open shot. Minsan lang mangyari yon na may bukas na player ang Nueva Ecija Bespren to shoot an open jumper.
That's the first basket of Nakpil in this second half.
Oh, and that says a lot, Javi. Nakpil being a very steady scorer para dito sa Nueva Ecija Bespren.
JP Sarao kicking it out to Jeric Nakpil from his favorite spot, the mid-range. But they will really have to up the ante on defense, quicken the pace up.
Yes, ang sabi mo nga, hindi pwede yung token pressure lang. Dapat totoong pressure. And Renz Alcoriza is trying to do that against Ivan Ludovice. Justin Arana sees his mismatch against JP Sarao, and JP Sarao, Mr. Fundamental, getting that offensive foul laban kay Justin Arana. Look at that. A timeout is called by Coach Toto Duhilio. Just as we see Justin Arana still arguing his point to the referees. So may timeout po on Nueva Ecija Bespren. It is brought to you by Astig Roasters. Under 4 minutes to go dito sa ating laro as we see Renz Palma checking his foot. That happened earlier in the fourth quarter. The score is 66-52. Still a 14-point lead being protected here by Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors with only 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in our game.
I don't know if makakabalik pa itong si Renz Palma.
Nagtanggal na siya ng sapatos, Javi.
But the Bespren will have to play as if he won't come back anymore.
Right.
So other people will have to step up and pick up the slack here.
So after that timeout, unproductive yung offensive play ng Nueva Ecija Bespren. JP Sarao lost Justin Arana. Jeric Teng open for 3 and he will knock that down. Upping the lead to 17 para sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. They are now doubling up on James Martinez kahit napakalayo pa niya from the ring, no? Alcoriza, he will fish for the foul on that 3-point attempt.
7 points pa lang ang nasa-score ng Bespren in this quarter.
Wow.
They have been able to get fouls as Ivan Ludovice fouls out. Jexter Apinan already fouled out earlier. They have been able to get those fouls from the Realtors, but they haven't been able to cash in on a lot of their free throws.
That is right. Kanina no first half, Renz Alcoriza knocked down 3 free throws after he was fouled during a three-point attempt. Pero dito sa second half, he has missed several free throws already. Now he's back at the line.
And yan lang talaga ang binibigay na baskets ng Realtors in
Yes.
this quarter.
Yes.
They haven't been able to score from the field, inside or outside the arc.
This free throws is brought to you by Wilson. Wilson, the official basketball of Phil Basket Subic Championship. Second free throw ni Alcoriza, pasok pa rin. And even if Jexer Apinan and Ivan Ludovice has fouled out in this game, they've done their job and they did it well, Javi.
Well, this Nueva Ecija team is going up against a very veteran-laden squad, and this veteran squad has a lot of players who can perform at any given time. They're one of the deepest rosters that we have in this tournament.
That is right. Even si Rudy Linganay nga, kanina pa nakakapagpahinga no, sa bench. At ganito pa rin kalaki ang lamang nila. John Lee Valen. Rejection against his fellow Arellano chief, Justin Arana. Meanwhile, Reza Alcoriza looking tired as he misses that three-point attempt entirely. Look at this block by John Lee Valen. Meet you at the summit. Ryan Costello now in control para sa white shirts ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. 2 minutes, 27 seconds left in our game. Cedric Ablasa now. They have 5 to shoot. Inside to Bautista. Justin Arana. Good pass from Japs.
No one helping the helper on that
Right.
play. They clamped down on Bautista, but Bautista was able to swing it back to cutting Arana, and nobody meeting Arana for that shot.
As we enter the last 2 minutes, Jeric Nakpil will be fouled at naka-end one pa siya doon.
Foul number 17, Japs Bautista, his first substitution.
Japs acknowledging that call.
Already 8 points in the ball game for Jeric Nakpil, already matching his average here in this tournament. But the timing of the points
Yes.
might be a case of too little, too late para kay Coach Toto Diuhilio.
And Jeric Nakpil, no, if there are plays for him and he gets himself open, he delivers eh. He gets it done for his team. Pero ibang klase talaga itong depensa ng Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors in their last 2 games against Nueva Ecija Bespren. Meanwhile, the last 2 minutes is brought to you by TEM Easy Surf 99. So 71-57 pa rin po ang ating score. Still a 14-point lead. 5 to shoot para sa white shirts. Justin Arana underneath. This time he will not be denied. Kahit sabayan pa siya doon ng kanyang fellow chief na si John Lee Valin. And a timeout will be called by Coach Toto Diuhilio para sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. That time, tinimingan na ni Justin Arana yung kanyang undergoal stab. Timeout brought to us by Stig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Shot clock, 14 seconds.
1 minute 39 seconds at titira dito sa ating laro. Eman Cabiles po kasama si Javi Palanya. Lamang na lamang pa rin dito ang Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And a foul will be called on Japs Bautista after that drive by Jeric Nakpil. Take a look at it again. Good aggressive move by Jeric Nakpil. Blocking doon si Japs. So Nakpil will head on back to the free throw line.
Imagine 25 free throws for the Nueva Ecija Bespren in this game, but only making 16 of them. This will be
Wow.
attempt 26 and 27. Pasig Santa Lucia has only gone to the line 10 times in this game. But again, the defense really has been superb all
Right.
game long para sa Realtors.
So ang layo, ang daming ang minintis nitong Nueva Ecija Bespren sa free throws na you would think if they made 20 or 22, no? Medyo dikit itong laban natin sana. Jeric Nakpil, I think he heard me, sinking both.
Well, it wouldn't have been a factor, a big factor in trimming this lead down, but it would have made it easier
Yes.
and get the best friend much more rhythm on offense.
And again, Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors breaking the trap. Jeric Teng now. They have 10 to shoot. Cedric Ablasa, the crossover, the layup, and he will be fouled by John Lee Valin.
Foul number 71, John Lee Valin, is fourth.
So take a look at this again. Cedric Ablasa, inilusot.
Clear foul there.
Right.
Plaza will have the chance to put the final nails in the coffin.
First free throw is good para dito kay Cedric Ablasa. The score is 75-59. Second one is up and in. Gilmer De La Torre bring it up para sa green shirts. 1 minute 10 seconds left dito sa ating laro. JP Sarao 4-3 and again he will be fouled. This time by Japs Bautista. Oh, check that by Cedric Ablasa. So dalawang beses na nafa-foul yung mga 3-point shooters nitong, actually tatlo na no? Itong 3-point shooters itong Nueva Ecija Bespren.
The Realtors are lucky that these fouls are being committed towards the tail end of this
Right.
game.
At kung kailan they've built this lead already.
If that had happened a lot in the third quarter, this would have been a different story at their hands.
Yes. So JP Sarao now has 7 points and 9 rebounds. However, he misses that free throw. And that's one aspect nitong laro na to na kailangan tingnan ulit ng Nueva Ecija Bespren moving forward dito para sa kanilang team, no?
Well, they are a very young team, so much more to prove pa.
Right.
This is not the end of the road. They're definitely brimming with potential itong team ng Nueva Ecija Bespren.
Yes.
They're very much lucky to have veterans like James Martinez and Renz Palma to guide them in their maiden stint here dito sa PhilBasket Subic Championship.
Ryan.
It's gonna be nowhere but up for these kids.
Yes, Ryan Costello. Wow, he saved that, ha? Andun siya halos sa bench kanilang bench pero na-save pa niya yung pasa na yun. 52 seconds ang natitira dito sa laro natin. Jeric Teng will drive and he will score. And the final timeout of Nueva Ecija Bespren has been called by Coach Toto Dihilio as we see this beautiful runner by Jeric Teng against James Martinez. At ang timeout po na to ay hinahandog sa atin ng Astig Roasters. .3 seconds na lang po natitira dito sa ating laro. 77-61 ang ating score. Still a 16-point lead para dito sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors laban sa Nueva Ecija Bespren. At pinasok na nga ang ibang bench players ng Realtors. And isa sa team favorite natin, si Merwin Peña in para sa Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors. So Javi, this elementary na, no? The Pasig Sta Lucia Realtors will go on to face the AICC Manila in the semifinals. This will happen tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. De La Torre will try a 3 short. Rebound by Nakpil. Malakas naman yung tira niya. James Martinez picks it up. Back to Gilmer. Gilmer will drive, pero short pa rin ang kanyang tira. And a foul will be called against one of the Realtors.
De La Torre hasn't been a factor in this
Yes.
game. Only 3 points in this match.
That's his first personal. Two free throws, JP Sarao.
So with 34.4 seconds left, JP Sarao is back in the free throw line. Sinks the first. Na-foul siya kanina ni J.O. Ambohot.
Half pa lang ng production ni JP Sarao ang naipapakita niya sa game na to. Half of that production from the earlier match that they had.
Right.
That's just a testament to the excellent defense
Oh,
that
yes.
the Realtors played in this game.
At hindi lang nila tinarget basta-basta si Renz Palme, no? Talagang lahat na shutdown eh. Oh, good fake sana ni Medina. However, a travel was called against him. With 24.5 seconds left dito sa ating game.
It was a struggle for everybody
Right.
on the Best Friend squad.
But the Nueva Ecija Bespren, you know, they will exit the Phil Basket Subic Championship with their heads held high. We have dubbed them as the Giant Slayers early on the tournament as they taken down the powerhouse teams in battle. However, they will not win the war against the Pasig Sta Realtors.
Well, experience beats youth here.
Yes.
That's exactly what Pasig has shown in this series.
So Ryan Costello, he will now shoot free throws. Makes the first. The score is 78-66. Second one is also good para dito kay Ryan Costello. Gilmer De La Torre. James Martinez. 10 seconds left sa ating game clock. Gilbert De La Torre will fire up the three. Wala pa rin. And Tyrone Chan will pull down that rebound. And the Pasig Sta Realtors will dribble it out. And they will face AICC Manila sa semifinals. Bukas po mangyayari ito, 4:30 p.m. Meanwhile, the Nueva Ecija Bespren, sabi ko nga kanina, they will exit the Phil Basket Subic Championship Tournament with their heads held high. They have been the Giant Slayers. They have been the dark horse of this tournament. Pero they will not move on to semifinals as they have been denied by the Pasig Sta Realtors in this quarterfinal series. Ito po ang ating confirmation ng final score, 79 Pasig Sta Realtors, 66 ang Nueva Ecija Bespren. As we turn you over to
Thank
Javi.
you, Eman, and we are with our Coco Live best player of the game, Ryan Costello. Rai, back-to-back player of the game citations and another great performance. Pero ngayon, you will be going up against AICC Manila sa next round. You have guards like Kesed Gabo, Chris Bitoon. How do you think magfe-fare ka doon laban sa mga gwardya ng AICC?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako sa Lord na binigay sa amin tong panalo na to. Yun nga, hindi pa tapos yung laban. So, malakas yung next na kalaban namin, AICC. So, kailangan namin mag-double effort talaga sa game na yun.
Yung mga numbers na pinoproduce mo itong previous 4 or 5 games, do you think ma-duplicate mo going into the AICC matchup?
Ako lang naman kasi nakapokus lang ako sa game nakapokus lang ako sa game plan. So, yung mga shoot ko talagang bonus na lang yun sineset ko mabuti yung mga teammates ko.
Alright, thank you Ryan. Baka may mga gusto ka batiin?
Binabati ko unang-una asawa ko si Cha, yung anak ko si Pablo, yung family ng asawa ko, yung family ni Lingganay, Kuya Lingganay, yung happy birthday sa asawa ni Kuya Jex, yung family ko, papa ko, mga ate ko, tsaka mama ko, thank you. Si Boss Exi Robles, tsaka Mike Robles, at tsaka si Boss Buddy, thank you.
Alright, thank you again. Once again, our Coco Life best player of the game, Ryan Costello. Let's swing back over to Eman to wrap this baby up.
Thank you very much, Javi. And of course, Ryan Costello being the best player of the game. He will receive 1,000 grab points from Grab. Meanwhile, mga ka-Phil Basket, tama ba ang mga hula nyo kung sino naging best player of the game? Abangan nyo po sa pages namin sa Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. if you won 500 grab points from Grab. So yun nga pang final score natin. Meanwhile, the playoffs bracket is now set in stone. AICC Manila will face Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors tomorrow, 4:30 p.m. po yan. At Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life naman versus San Juan Knights. Go for gold sa second game natin. So ito po ang ating semifinal schedule. This will be tomorrow, again, 4:30 p.m. AICC Manila versus Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. 7:10 p.m. Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life versus San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Catch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Okay. So, ito na po, dalawang knockout matches yun bukas, no? On behalf of my good buddy Javi Palanya and the dedicated staff and crew ng production nitong Field Basket, this has been Eman Cabiles. See you all tomorrow para semifinals only here sa Field Basket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life.